recording. And we are live. Welcome, everyone.
Woo!
This is your least favorite senpai, Mo Russell. And I am joined with a few of our streaming friends, a few of our drag ons. We are going to do a little bit of introduction. So, starting with myself, as I said, I'm Mo Russell. Um, Rye, just introduce yourself and
Okay. I'm Rye, or Seamus. I use these as pronouns.
and Megan.
Hi, I'm Megan. I use she, her pronouns.
Stunning, stunning. And as you all know, I use they, them pronouns, but good that we're announcing that right quickly. We will be joined by Ava here soon, but until we get her in here, we'll just gonna let me actually edit my stream title. Look at me, I'm a professional. I'm like, we're sitting here setting up. I'm like, oh, I have everything set up. I am so ready. Look at me. Lies. Liza lies. If it will let me. There we go. There, I fixed it. I fixed it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start. We don't have any viewers just yet, but they'll get in here. They know we're gonna probably start around this time ish. So we're just gonna go ahead and start ourselves. So the first thing we're gonna start is some character creation. This is our session 0. We're going to start with you, Rai, since we've already gotten a nice majority of your character built. We're just gonna go over our character.
Sweet. Cool.
So how do you pronounce your character's name?
Their name is Bemberditch.
Bemberditch. Let me put that in my notes. Bemberditch. Okay, nice and easy. Just as spelled. You're going to be playing a level 5 monk, where all of our characters are going to be level 5. A gnome monk from the forest. Tell us a little bit about this character, about where they're from.
Yeah, so Bemberditch is a level 5 monk of the Way of the Drunken Master. So basically, Bemberditch was raised in like a single parent household and was super, like, their parents were super busy. So got caught stealing a few times, got caught kind of doing some things because has a lot of issues growing up from not knowing who their dad is. So got caught stealing, um, was sent away and kind of just being a little rambunctious gnome at 35. Um, and so was sent to the monasteries to kind of correct that. And did not do well at the monasteries, was kind of set to organizing the libraries, and then ended up getting kind of not kicked out, but was not nobody at the monastery was a fan of Emberditch. So ended up sneaking into a bar in the city, and that's where they met their master, who taught them everything of the way of the drunken master.
I love that. So we have to create a master for you. Well, that's going to be fun. That's going to be a nice little side task for me. I love making NPCs. Tell me about this master. What kind of master were they? Were they a strict and stern master? A take your time. I'm going to walk you through this master. Throw you into the monster's mouth master.
Very much, and just old kind of like caring. But I mean, it's the way of the drunken master, so that's how they met. Was so Beveridge spilled his drink on someone's lap, got into a fight. This old man just steps up and like intervenes in this fight, and is like, and like everybody underestimated because it was just weird, like old like halfling guy, and I was like, yeah, sure, you're gonna a gnome and a halfling are gonna take us on, and then whooped everybody's ass and just took them into like, basically the master is like that old kind of neighbor that takes you under their wing, um, really cranky, curmudgeonly, but whipped him into shape.
Stunning. Oh, welcome. Look who's here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's go ahead and introduce our final member to our resident party. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, I am Miriam Migadilli. That's how you pronounce it. Miriam Migadilli.
Oh,
She
stunning.
is a gnome wizard who has spent. Let me see if I can.
Whoops, all babies. That's.
Are we all shorties? Little shorties?
Yes!
Shorty party! I love it. Let's see. Oh, I wrote stuff down. Let me find it.
Do you want to introduce yourself quick
Oh,
for
yeah.
the, for the stream?
So, I'm Avocado, or my government name is below me, Alec Otto. And yeah, I've been doing drag for a little bit, and I love D&D, and I'm very, very excited to do this, because, yeah, my favorite classes to play in D&D are wizards, because they allow for the most crazy bullshit, and so, yeah,
It's
that's
perfect because
mostly.
we're going to have a nice amount of synergy in our party. We have a rogue, we have a monk, we have a wizard. It's going to be a
Ooh,
nice amount of, like, DPS at the very least.
that's good. I was going to say, do we have a healer?
Well, you're going to have an NPC maybe join you, so maybe it'll be a healer.
Okay, work. And then, yeah, in drag, she, her, otherwise, uh, they, he's fine.
Thank you for that.
Yes, yes.
Let me quickly give you your character sheet because I don't know if you've gotten that yet.
I have like a D&D Beyond character sheet made up, so I'm probably just going to copy over that, but
Okay, you should be able to export it. I believe I've set permissions for
ooh,
exporting.
let's see. NPCs use the character mancer. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
I might get kicked off at some point because I just got kicked off when I first came in.
Mm-hmm. I saw that. I was gonna message
Yeah.
you like, "Oh, you're good."
Okay, I
Okay,
got a brain fart.
that works. Um, let's go ahead and move on to your character, Megan. While Alva gets set up here. you can unmute yourself. I believe in you.
I had all of the subcategory stuff pulled up, but I couldn't find my screen. Oh, oh goodness.
So, tell us about your character. Who's your character? What are they doing?
My character is Korga. She is a kobold. and she is a city boss. You know, she's an organizer of crime. Um, she thought she was a dragonborn growing up and didn't understand why none of the other dragonborns treated her the same way, and then realized that, that's not her place. So she's a little angry at life,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know, and fought from the ground up to build everything that she's had. Um,
Well, I can see your character
yeah.
sheet has some work to be done here.
Yes, I'm in the process of doing. I
I'm
was
just
like,
like,
oh shit.
oh, the character
Uh,
sheet's like not even done. That's totally fine. Take your
yeah,
time. That's why
yeah,
we're having a session 0, so we can get ourselves
exactly.
together,
Yeah.
and get our synergy figured out. But we've kind of figured out where your character is kind of from. Like you said, you were going to be from the city. Um,
Yes.
to kind of give you all a good understanding of the the environment that we're going to be playing in. This is a land run, built, and maintained by dragons. The dragons are the bosses. They are the 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 top of the food chain and the bottom of the food chain. They are the food chain. um, but more to that, each and every one of you are blessed by the gods. So you are precious commodities. Whether you were dragonborn or not, you are all children of uh, our great god, Ty Delphin, who gave their life for all of us to exist. So one of the major, I have been like slowly adding some like common terminology. One of the major terminology is praise Ty. Like
Yeah.
Ty, the great god Ty was the reason why we all get to live and breathe. So that's a good way to like help you, like, if your character is sacrilegious, you could say fuck Ty. You know, it's about that kind of culture. So we've kind of figured out our first two characters. Miss Ava, tell us more about your character. Let's figure out where. What did you say your character's name was?
Miriam Migadilly. Miriam.
Okay.
So Miriam is a professional nerd. Her whole background is being a sage. So she probably spent a lot of time in kind of the bookish places therein of this kingdom and stuff. Or is it
There's
a
a
kingdom? It's
perfect. It's not necessarily a kingdom. It's a land.
a
There's no
land,
there's no like actual king.
a
There's
dragonocracy.
nobility. Yeah, a
Yeah,
dragonocracy. No one is king where there are dragons.
valid.
Yes.
But
Not
like to give you
a
kind of like a more background, like there's the Tower of Orm. It sounds like your character would fit right there. The Tower of Orm here on our map is a vast storehouse where all of the libraries, the great library resides there. All of the greatest spellcasters of the land go there, live there, maintain this place. And more to that, there is a custom background that I have set called the Bookkeepers. These are people who literally keep the books inside of the tower. It is their responsibility to kind of maintain this place. Um, and it would also tie you with another character who's also just happens to be a bookkeeper.
Okay. Yes, let's do it. Plot relevance.
Okay,
Okay.
great. So the
What is the?
bookkeepers
Yeah. Yeah.
gain the following skills: acrobatics and history.
Let me get a little. Let me get a pencil. Got a pencil.
You should be able to edit your sheet directly too, by the way.
I feel like Miriam and Beveridge would know each other, but just like tolerated each other because it sounds
Miriam does
like
not sound like the type of person who like
no, nah,
would be in the same circle.
no, only because we work together and that's
Literally.
it. Like
What circle is your character in?
The one that's drunk as fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a little shithead.
She has
But
long studied the way of having a good time.
we're both gnomes and we both worked in the tower. We're both bookkeepers, so
Oh, where?
we probably know each other. But probably sounds like probably yeah, not the same circles.
Maybe not the same ends of it, but there's a connection. I like it. So you said acrobatics.
Yep. Acrobatics and history. You will learn up to 4 different languages.
Oh, work.
You have the following abilities. You could speed read any book in an hour. You
Okay.
never forget a face. And you have advantage on athletic checks.
Ooh.
You know how to jump from bookshelf to bookshelf. You've had experience.
I like. Are all the bookkeepers gnomes, or is that just? Is
I
this
mean,
just when?
I loved that like subculture thing where I think a nice majority of the bookkeepers are gnomes.
They're just
We're
nimble.
just
They're
gonna say
light. It makes
that.
sense. Yeah, I like it. 1 hour. Okay. Acrobatics, history, 4 language, speed read, any book in 1 hour, never forget a face, advantage on athletics. Work.
Yes, yes.
Definitely taking
You
it.
are also blessed by one of the gods, one of the many gods. Each of the gods give a blessing. I could give you a good. It's perfect for the stream. I could give you a good rundown of the gods in our campaign. There is Tydelphin, who is the deceased god. We don't get any blessings, regretfully. The whole land itself is the blessing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
However, there is Lord Grigaxis. This god is known as the Black Death, the god of death, decay, life, and rebirth. He's the lord of the cycle, entropy, and altropy. He's all about like just that cycly type of stuff. He gives you undying and told the dead as a cantrip.
Ooh.
There is Mir Thalis. She is the god of justice, the god of virtue and vice, god of crime, god of law, victory and defeat. She is the strongest of the dragon gods. She's all about fighting, doing stuff, figuring out the laws, and then breaking them sometimes. Um, she will give you Zone of Truth and Sacred Fire as a cantrip.
Okay.
Rig Ormfell. He's the blue dragon. He's the god of force, matter, light, and darkness. Lord of magic, patron of wisdom and intellect. He is the smartest dragon there is known, and no one is more smart than him. Um,
I
he
like it.
gives the blessing of detect magic once per day and the cantrip light. Last but not least, there is Lynn Forey. No, there's 2 more. I know how to count. There is Lynn Forey, the golden coin, the god of agriculture, commerce, wealth, and worth, lady of culture and farm and the city. She's all about like growing stuff, whether it's in money or out in the farm. She will give you the spell Mind Spike once per day and Mage Hand as a cantrip. Last but not least is Om Himrori, uh, god of space and time, lord of morning and night, lord of command and chaos and order. He's like this big weird god. He gives the ability of invisibility once per day and Eldritch Blast as a cantrip.
I gotta pick that last one.
Oh my god!
I gotta pick that
Are
last
you
one.
all just chaos?
Oh no, we all pick the same god.
babies! Chaos babies!
Hey,
I love how
okay.
naturally that happened too.
I just okay. So like, Miriam's thing is she's a time wizard, so this kind of fits right in. So
Chaos and order.
chaos and order, time, balance, that kind of thing, imbalance. So yeah, chaos
Totally
reigns.
makes
Let's
sense.
go.
Oh,
What was her name again?
Himori.
Om Himura. Okay. Chosen, my god. I'm going to build this background then, real quick.
We love it. So, now that we've kind of gotten over the gods, kind of gotten over the city, let's go ahead and introduce you to some of the NPCs that I have prepared. We're going to decide as a group which NPC fits us the best. We're only going to give you a little bit of base information, however. You don't get to know everything about this character. So, first and foremost, there is Jenny Erickson. Jenny is the tallest girl you've ever known. She is strong. She is passionate. She is outspoken. Jenny never gets her way, is very unlucky, always gets the worst kind of jobs, but always gets them done. Very reliable. Next, let me set that real quick just so we don't have any problems there. There's Mark with a K. Mark is dashing, quite handsome. Mark is well spoken. Mark knows his way around a conversation and knows his way out of a conversation. Mark is witty and wry, almost to his downfall. Mark is cunning, almost too cunning. Does he have something planned? I guess you'll have to find out. And last but not least, you know what? We'll give you all six. We'll give you a nice amount of options. You know what? Last but not least, we'll go with this last character. Last but not least is Lucinda on Kvarik. Lucinda is noble. You've probably heard of her. And if you haven't, shame on you. Lucinda
Ooh.
is beautiful, renowned for her grace and poise. Lucinda is kind, from what everyone has said. There are many people speaking of Lucinda. Lucinda is mysterious, though. No one knows everything about her. Is that on purpose? I guess you'll have to find out. So, my friends, of our three companions, who do we like the most?
I have opinions, but I want to hear what y'all think first.
I personally, I love Lucinda. My character, I don't know if we would vibe well. Which is a choice. We could still choose her and have that dynamic.
That's what I was thinking is like maybe Lucinda wouldn't fit in well with our little chaos group. I do love the idea because we're all small. Having Jenny, the tallest girl you've ever seen,
Yes.
that is our babysitter.
Yes.
That is a really valid point because okay, I like all the characters. I think Lucinda's definitely the most interesting sounding, and I think Miriam doesn't like not knowing things. So somebody that's mysterious would make her crazy. So, but in kind of a good way, she'd be curious. But also having a tall babysitter would not be amiss in this party of absolute shorties.
Yes.
So I don't know. I like Lucinda a lot, and then otherwise, oh shoot, I can't get her. Jenny. I don't know. Are we all thinking Jenny or Lucinda then?
Yeah. I'm after your points. I'm siding more for Jenny.
It sounds like it's Jenny.
That's valid. Jenny
So-
seems reliable.
I'm gonna give you like Jenny's character introduction to your party because it's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. So your party is introduced to one another. You are organized by the adventurers organization. They're gathering all of the teams together. They're like, you three, you're small, you get in the group together. You're like, hey, that's not very fair. I don't care. I don't have time. There's a giant group of people. And they walk away. And another person comes up to you and they're like, a party is 4 people. What are you all doing? Let me get you another person. And in comes this tall drink of water, Jenny. She comes in clad in full plate armor, um, helm at the side, and on her back you could see a great sword resting. And she comes up and she looks you down, and she says, "Well, howdy. My name is Jenny. I don't really I often don't really get picked for parties because I have the worst kind of dumb luck. But if you invite me to your party, I will always keep you safe. All 61 of my hit points." She flexes.
We've made the right choice.
Yes. Yes.
Like she's got a southern accent, absolutely.
Uh,
100%.
Bember just kind of looks her up and down and just like leans over to Miriam just because Miriam like knows Beveridge faith and goes, "I'm gonna climb that like a tree."
Jenny's
Like,
like, "Oh,
hi,
did you say
yeah.
I
something,
don't like
Shug?
reaching the high shelves.
Did you say something, Shug?
No.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
All right. Well, make sure you speak up. It's hard to hear all the way up here. The air's a little bit thin when you get up here."
my character, Cora's gonna walk up and be like, "It's nice to meet you. These are some fine shoes you got."
Oh, well, thank you. They're a part of the greaves. You know what greaves are, right? They just attach to the armor.
Oh, of course. Let me just get a closer look. I'm gonna try to pull one of her shoes off.
Oh, honey, it doesn't just come off. It takes like 10 minutes to detach. Please don't do that.
Oh, okay,
There's notes
okay.
on there.
My apologies.
Oh, I love
It's nice
this.
to meet you.
I love this already. So, yes, Jenny will be joining your party.
Excellent.
So, the original recruiter will come up to you and say, come up to the group of you and say, look, I have a problem. One of the heroes is here, and I need a party to go talk to them. I need you guys seem sacrificable, so I'm gonna choose you.
I'm kind. I'm very kind.
Look, I gotta. Maybe you'll prove me wrong, and if you prove me wrong, there'll be a bonus in for you. How about that?
Oh, okay.
We're listening. Yes.
Like a 20% bonus, or are we talking 50?
Look here. You know what? 10%.
You said 13%?
You know what?
I
I
think
can
I
go
heard
find someone
15.
else. There's that group over there looks
Oh
stupid.
no, I heard 10. I heard 10.
Great, love it. So he takes you to a room, and as you come into the room is cold. The room is chilly, frigid almost. And in the room, you can see a woman poised, sitting in a chair that's slightly frosted over. A gray streak through her hair. Can you all make a history check? if you have your character sheets filled out.
How So is there a dice rolling system in the app, or are we using our own dice?
There, you can use either. I'm totally fine with you using your own dice, but there is a dice rolling system within the app. So
Ooh,
you should be
I
able
heard a
to
little
just roll directly from there. And if you click on the speech button in your toolbar, you'll be able to see the chat.
speech button.
Yeah, so there should be a toolbar on the right hand side, and it looks like
Oh
two
yeah.
little speech bubbles.
Yeah,
Oh yes, yes,
I
yes, yes.
see it.
Oh. Somehow in your drunken stupor, you have like a, I remember.
I critted on my first roll.
You know, let's see, you've read a book about ice. You've read many a books about ice's many. Ice has written multiple books on spellcasting. Ice is one of the foremost knowledgeable minds on weather magic. And you are all in the room with this woman. As you come in, the recruiter says, "Oh, Hero Ice, I brought the adventurers to you as you requested. Good, you may leave. Are you sure about leave? Close the door behind you. Please, all of you, sit." And
How
as she
high are the
says
stairs
that,
in here?
smaller frozen chairs like come up off the ground.
Are they correctly sized? Are they like
Yes.
okay?
Okay.
A lady after my own heart.
Just
Let's go.
crawl up.
She says, "You all seem new to this. He told me he would be bringing experience adventurers."
I'm very experienced, if you know what I mean.
She presses her lips slightly and says, "Hmm, I think I do, regretfully." She says, "I have a job for you, if you can manage it."
What's it then?
She says, "There is a dragon I need assistance with. I would like to keep this between just us. You see, the politics in the dragon keeping is difficult. This particular, the young dragon, is quite wily, and I would ask the group of you to go beseech it to can calm itself down. If you can achieve this feat, I will let you take this dragon as your own."
Why?
Is it a baby?
It is a youngling.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I warn you, though, if I find out that this dragon was slain by you, you will be frozen blocks.
So no murder, just forced servitude.
The dragon should understand his place. He has
And how
convinced
is-
himself he does not belong in the system.
How will we show him his place exactly, or does he already know?
He should know.
Okay.
Um,
Friends.
Korka, you definitely know what she means. You know how dragon like lineage and how control works in the amongst the dragons. You know that the younger dragons serve the older dragons until they are adults. That they serve the city, they work as, servants to the city and maintaining it. They
Yeah.
often are mounts, or like you're lucky if you're a young dragon and you haven't done your 80 hours.
We'll make sure they know their place. Of
She
course.
says, "Oh, good, there's someone who understands. Yes,
Yes.
young, my dear Cobalt, please explain to them. I think it would be even best coming from you."
Well, you see.
She says, "And if things are to get dangerous," she will set on the table a scroll. She says, Are one of you a caster?"
Yes.
Good. Simply activate this with a first level spell slot, and it will transport you back to the city.
Ooh, how elegant. A little teleporty. Little teleporter party. Love it. Okay. She eagerly grabs the scroll.
I'm writing down teleport party.
For the adventurer on the go, you know.
Yes, yes. Coming soon! Available market! Teleport party!
Yes.
What will the wizards think of next?
Oh my god. She says, "Are there any questions?"
No.
She says,
Well done.
she says, "Yes, where you're going. I'm glad someone had foresight." She will snap her finger and an illusion will erupt on the ground in front of all of you. And you will all, "Oh, thank you for the follow." The chat's blowing up, you guys. Everyone's loving you guys. By the way. So you see the map laid out in front of you. Let me pull out a marker real quick. Where'd my markers go? Here we go. She will mark your map with a circle. Right there. So, she says, here. She pulls out a bag and she sets it in front of the group of you. She says, "In this bag are four passes out in and out of the city, and enough rations to last, I believe, 7 days. It should take less than that to travel that far. However, if you get tied up, this should help. Beyond this, it would take too much time to give you any more." She says, "For your assistance," and she pulls out of the bag a coin purse. "Each of you in this bag is 5,000 gold. Let me remind you, no one is to know about this." She
You
says,
got it, Beanstalk.
she
Thank
will,
you.
All right.
she will stand and say, "Well, I'm glad I am understood. Please have this done at your earliest convenience." And with that, she will just dissipate in a cold mist, and the room will come of temperature.
Really, really quick. Can I have people's names again, really quick? I haven't written them down yet.
Yeah, totally. So we have Bemberbridge, Bemberditch,
Beverage.
Bemberditch.
Bembridge.
We have Korka, and we have Miriam,
Yes.
and then we
Okay.
have Jenny now in our party. Let me add her to the party. There we go. And then we will go through our images and see if we find images that best suit your characters. We could probably find at least something temporary. I am getting some art made, at least for our campaign, a backdrop, and we might be able to get some character art for each of us. We'll see. We will see.
Very cool.
All
All
in
right.
due
Well,
time.
Could I
Sorry. Oh, yeah. Go
have
ahead.
the names one more time?
Yes. So there's Miriam,
Miriam.
Bemberditch, your name,
Gumberditch.
Jenny, and Korka in our party.
Perfect.
And Korka, you're a kobold, right?
Yes.
That's fun.
Love it.
I like kobolds.
Kobolds are fun. They're a fun class. Or a fun
Yeah.
race. Um,
And Jenny's a human?
yes,
Or
Jenny is a human fighter. Basic old Jenny.
love it. So you're a
Yes, some
kobold.
icons.
What again?
Rogue Arcane Trickster.
Ooh.
So a part of our session zero, I did want to get some character introductions there, but a part of our session zero, we do need to finish out a little bit of our characters. I believe everyone has mostly everything finished, but we do need some items. So a part of my setup here was to work on some magic items. Let me quick find where I put those. I have a lot of stuff, you guys. I'm sorry. If I ever take a while, it's because I'm looking through a lot of stuff.
That's okay.
I have all of my school tabs open and all my D&D tabs open, so it's just a nightmare right now.
Yeah.
Okay, at least it's not just me. Here we go, here we go, here we go. So I have some basic magic items pre-generated, but I would love to give us... Whoop, oh, Roll20, doing Roll20 things. One second, stream, while we get everyone back in. You know what, stream? I'm gonna put us on a quick break while I check it with the party because we are right about at our break time. So we're gonna be right back. It was just me. Okay.
It wasn't just you, because we all like died at the same time, and then like Otto and I were able to refresh, and we're talking to each other for a minute, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Okay.
You're like, was it just us? Nope. All right, cool.
Okay. There we go.
Oh.
Now we're all back.
Okay, there we go.
Roll 20.
Woo!
Always
Very,
forward.
very classic. Roll 20. Everything's working. Everything's working. Ah!
Important plot time. Boom.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shoot. How do I open my character sheet again?
Okay, so in the newsletter, it looks kind of like a news or like a newspaper. You should be able to find the folder players, and you should see your character sheet there.
Oh, there we go.
And I will actually make everyone's character sheet viewable, so that way you don't have to like super remember everyone's names.
Yikes. Okay.
As for the level, are we starting at 5 still?
Yes, yes.
How do
I
we do
haven't-
that? Just add
yeah.
experience points in the little experience points thing?
Did you do the character Uh,
I did the character mancer
you
thing.
did do the character banter, so you can click the wheel. I'm just gonna quick edit it for you.
Oh,
Go
yes, please.
there, add level 5, and then you're gonna have to manually level up yourself, regretfully, because the character banter is a
Hey,
little
okay.
weird. You would have had to then did level 5 from the beginning, but
Okay, doke.
you could manually do it from here.
I'll figure it out. It should be.
Yeah, shouldn't be that hard. So beyond that, we've got all of our stuff figured out. We've got our party. We've got our quest. I think we are all ready. We're going to talk quick for the stream about our safety tools. So we have in our campaign, we're going to be using the X card for our safety tool for all of our players. We've kind of discussed basic things that we just will not be talking about. We won't be talking about assault. We'll be talking about slavery, racism, oppression, none of that. We're trying to have fun here today. Like at most, we're gonna have like maybe a little intrigue. Honestly, it won't be an intrigue-based campaign. We'll be talking as a party outside of this to say like if there's like an interesting interaction that we want to explore, like oh the people are doing this or someone's doing that. We'll discuss it amongst ourselves and then we'll display it for the stream. But beyond that, it should be a cute time. So let's talk about just our setting. Let me give you my spiel. 1 second here. Pull up my notes. All right. At the beginning of time, there was nothing. Only the heavens above. Only the hells below. And in a single moment, everything. The great Ty Delphin, born from this ephemeral everything, witnessed the vastness of creation and smiled. They knew that this immaculate creation must be shared. So throughout this ephemeral everything and nothing, they collected their treasures. They spent eons appreciating these treasures, loving them, shining them. But Tydilfin grew weary of the one sided love. Tydilfin loved their treasures so greatly that they transcended reality and came down to the mortal plane, touching the very realm with their presence, gave birth to a great land. This land we call Tydelphin in their honor, born from their blood and their bones, we recognize them. And from Tydelphin sprung 5 great gods. And from these 5 great gods, our many, many people. But all was not well. Soon resources dwindled. Soon the waters receded. So the great gods gathered all of their adventurers and pleaded to them. Go out into the lands, find, collect, bring back more treasures. And that is where we start. Our companions called to the Great Adventures Hall. Some of them know each other. Some of them don't know anyone. But all knowing that they have a great goal ahead of them, a great quest, a great adventure. They meet their final companion, a tall southern belle. They get their quests and they prepare themselves. So, my friends, as a party, you're allowed to choose where you're going to make your base. You can make your base anywhere in the city. Where would you like to make your base?
Hmm.
The Great Land is full of places and sights to see, but where you base it will flavor what you see every day when you come back to this great land.
Now, I don't know about you two. Uh, I'm used to the comforts of a bathroom, so I would prefer somewhere in town where I don't
Um,
have to poop in a bush, if you catch my drift.
Jenny says, "Oh, you don't want to poop in the forest? That's fair. I wouldn't want to have to wipe my butt with a leaf. It's pretty terrible.
Has never been my thing either. Yeah.
But I do know how to do it. So if you ever need some advice, I know it's always up and out. You never want to go in and through. Sorry,
Miriam
maybe that's
turns up
not
her
good
nose at all, so she's
conversation.
like, I would love to document this technique, but I would also like to not experience it.
Yeah, I'm not entirely keen on going back to the forest either.
um, you know, I can do anywhere so long as we're together as a party. I'm gonna slowly try to take off Jenny's boots again as I say
She's
this.
like shaking you off at this point. No, I said I've already discussed this. This is a boundary, and you're crossing it.
The monolith said no.
I'm so sorry.
There'll be plenty of time for stealing things not from our party later.
Okay, I suppose. I
It
will
wouldn't
say
even
I.
have value by itself.
Uh, um,
For sale, one green, lightly worn.
But it's the only not baby of our party, though. Is the thing you can't say baby shoes for the only not baby.
I don't. Did I say baby Greaves? Wait. Radio
No, but
Greaves.
that's what it's from.
Yeah,
It's
yes,
the baby shoes.
I agree. In town's better. It'd be easier for me to get my contacts.
So you have a couple of choices for in town. There is the proper city, the Porphyry City. There is a small town outside of the Citadel. I mean, the Citadel is always an option. Um, it's more, and then there's the tower. The tower is more like it's harder to like just have a place there, but it'll always be busy. There'll always be something going on.
We're talking about the bookkeeper's tower.
Tower of Orm.
Mm.
So your major choices would be the Citadel of Phyllis, the Tower of Orm, or Porphyry City.
I mean, the tower
Probably.
certainly is comfortable. How do y'all feel about anywhere else?
I don't love the tower, but we can be there.
Ditto.
Um,
Also.
I
It's like
don't know.
living downstairs from your work.
Yeah.
That. Um,
Maybe we need a separation from that. A separation of work and life.
Yeah.
maybe the Citadel's not the best option for those of us in organized crime.
Yeah. Definitely.
Puts crime boss badge away.
Hide behind Jenny.
Jenny says, "So it sounds like we're going to the city." Yeah, we're living in the city. So that's great.
I bring to the land dreams of
Jenny's like, "What's concrete?"
It's a mixture of pebbles and gunk, I think. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up as I
We're
go
just
along.
riffing now.
Yeah.
So that's great. So let's transition here. So we. Oh, do I have a map of the city yet? Yes. No, that's the Citadel. That's one of the Citadel maps. One sec, I have a lot of maps too. I built a lot of stuff early, quickly, and a lot of maps were pre-generated, so that helped. I do not have oh, this works. And can you see the map? Are you able to
No.
see it?
Nope.
I had a feeling you might not be able to see it.
This is dark.
It's too dark.
Got a fog of war on.
Except I do. But enough of this.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There we go. All right. So the city is made of a couple of buildings, a couple of blocks, a couple of different areas, but this will probably be the area that you'll be based in. The this part of the city is more closer to the farmlands, so it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot easier to live here. Because you are adventurers, you are given a free stay at the local inn within the city here. This inn is titled. One second, let me go to my names. Coin droppers.
Coin droppers. Oh, that's nice.
Let me add that to our list of names.
Why?
Alright, so the group of you head to this inn called the Coin Droppers. I do not have a map of that specifically, but I will have one by next time. The group of you head to this inn called the Coin Droppers, and as you come in, you are immediately greeted by a very, very attractive dwarf. He will look at the group of you and say, "Adventurers, you the lot that are supposed to come stay here?"
Yes.
I think so. This is Coin Dropper in, yes?
Yes. He says, "I'm Harold. Emphasis on the A. Do not forget that."
Harold. I like it.
Harold.
Harold. What if that emphasis on the A is too difficult for me to say? Can I just call you Daddy?
He says, only if you're paying the premium coin.
Shuffles around.
It's fine. You can call him anything you want, I believe. Those are the rules, right?
Right.
There's Harold's character art.
Ooh.
So Harold says, "Aye, let me show you to the rooms that I have prepared." So he'll take you downstairs into a much cooler area. As you come down the stairs, you can see there's a couple of dwarfs that work here. This seems to be a dwarf establishment. You can see what looks to be a a dwarven woman. You're pretty sure. those of you who are gnomes, you're pretty sure that's a dwarven woman. um, Dancing at the end of the hall, where you can see like just a faint images of a downstairs bar.
Lively.
Ben British heads over there.
Miriam
Love it.
follows eagerly.
Oh, so we're
I,
just
I
going to the
mosey
bar.
on
Fine,
around.
fine.
Oh, sorry. Do we have something to do?
No, no. Your rooms are at the are number 4, 3, 7, and 9.
Excellent. Then party time.
Jenny's like, you couldn't just get 1, 2, 3, and 4. No, 4, 3, 7, and 9. Okay, so
I
you
understand the
you
Dewey
come.
Decimal System and all that.
Yeah, so he gives you keys, and or whoever's still here gives them keys. um, as the rest of you kind of head towards the bar, and you get a better look at Jezraya.
Oh,
Oh.
She's a quite statuesque dwarf, standing at 6'4", and she looks at the group of you and says, "Aye, well, don't you all look like some lovely adventurers? Can I show you a good time? Shall we have some drinks together? I am the
Yes.
madam here, Jezraya, if you please."
I do, please.
She says, "And don't worry, I am only half giant, where it counts." She
Uh,
smiles wryly.
are you a little gnome?
She
Do you have
says,
do you have a little gnome in you?
"No, but I might by the end of the night."
Hell yeah!
oh, it is. It is hot in here.
This is a slutty party.
She says, "Here, let me get you some drinks," and she'll kind of dance around the bar. And you realize she's also the bartender, so she'll like quickly start making some drinks, and she'll come and bring the three of you drinks. "Here, drink. This one will be on the house because you're all so ravishing."
Why, thank you.
She says, "So tell me, adventurers, what sort of adventures will you be going on? Any interesting quests you've already received? Tell me, Jezreel loves to hear good stories."
Suddenly, both of you hear a voice in your head because I'm casting message. I don't know if we should tell everything. You capiche? You understand me? Oh, sorry. Hi, this is Miriam, by the way. I'm talking directly to your brain.
Jenny's like, "What's happening?" She says out loud. "What's happening?"
It's me, friends. It's Miriam speaking directly to your brain. Do not worry.
Hmm.
Be not
How'd you
afraid.
get in there? You're right there.
Magic, baby! And then she, unpromptedly, without speaking a word, aloud, launches some confetti from her hands with prestidigitation. And then
Surprise
she says
confetti.
aloud, unrelated. Which speaks directly to your mind. I don't know if we should share every detail of our quest. Just putting that out there. I just thought I'd give my 2 cents. That's all I wanted to say.
Ben British just like subtly shakes his head, like understood. Same.
Ditto. I do just a curt nod.
Miriam nods excitedly.
Well, Miriam, would you mind explaining to our ravishing bartender what our quest is?
She's already got a mouthful of the drink that was served. She pulls it away. What? Oh, yeah, sure. Well, you see, we're on a quest to find treasures, monsters, perhaps, adventures, friends. She says, looking from her feet, from Jezraya's feet all the way up. But you know, whatever happens along the way.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Precisely. I believe it was Gnome Fuchsius that said that.
Jenny says, "Well, I do remember the hero giving us this very interesting quest, but I don't think I'm supposed to tell you anything about it."
I mean,
Keeping it real, Jenny.
And Jezreel says, "Oh, what a shame. Jezreel loves a good, juicy bit of gossip."
well, I mean, if you do, we might as well. It's about us trying to get this cattle from out in the middle of the forest that ran away. And we don't know how we're going to do it. It's really important that we find that cattle.
One
Poor
of the
Bethany.
heroes tasked you to ramble cattle. Wow, that
It, it,
seems.
it's their cattle.
Can you
It's their
make
family cattle.
a deception check, please?
I'm gonna say that is definitely a check.
Yeah,
You are straight up lying.
I love her.
Yes. Where's my sheet? Come back to me. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. And deception. Boo, 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 boo. Boom. Did it go? Did it roll?
It did.
Okay.
Are you
Plus.
rolling? Are you just rolling it? Okay, you're just rolling a dice. Okay. You
Yeah.
can on your character sheet. You can just click where it says deception. It'll roll and add it up
Oh.
for you.
Well, absolutely. Yes.
Once you've built out your
Okay, I
stats.
did it.
Perfect. See, that was better. Isn't that great?
It was way better. Thank
Wait.
God.
How? Where did? Oh. Oh God.
She says, "Well, I guess
Right.
sometimes heroes lose cattle, pesky things, have a mind of their own." And she says, "So does everyone drink the drink that she offers you?"
Not with people I don't know well.
Well, those of you who do drink, please make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah. It's that's my whole thing. So why do I not? Okay. Why don't I have advantage? But maybe I do. Nope, I don't. Okay.
I think you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Turn my mic off because I mentioned.
Oh, that's good.
I feel like Bemberditch and Miriam bonded in the first place from drinking, so
You're
she is
definitely
most
drinking.
definitely slurping right now. Constitution saving throw. Let's see.
Okay, you're both fine. You're both. It's a great drink. It's strong, but it's a good drink. It's got like this fruity. Imagine dragon fruit, very like
Ooh.
citrusy kind of flavor. She says, "Will you have another one?" She's, she offers the group of you another drink.
Looks at
Yes.
the rest of you.
It'll be 2 gold this time. 2 gold each.
I'm good. I'm good. Let's have a water.
Miriam ain't stopping. Miriam said she's gold immediately.
Fucking same.
Okay, go ahead and make another con save, please.
Oh no.
You guys are champs.
Drinking pros.
We've done this before.
With your +0 and +1.
Yeah.
You're just rolling well.
No.
And she, Jezreel says, the two of you know your way around a good drink. Well, since you have shared a story with Jezreel, allow Jezreel to share a story with you. Perhaps you adventurers would be willing to help Jezreel after hearing her story. She says, not too recently. Harold and I were robbed. It was too too perfect. We're starting to believe that we've been targeted by the crime bosses. We don't know which family, which organization, which group. There's too many to keep track of. But we did see some faces. I have in memory a description of two possible thieves. And if the group of you are ready, are willing, there is some coin if you are willing to help me and Harold. We run this in together, and it would be disadvantageous for us to continue being stolen from. This would be the third altercation.
I mean, looks at party members.
You had me at coin.
Me as well.
I'm in.
Jerry
Let's do
says,
this.
I love a good quest. And this one sounds easier than the other one where we have to
Find a cow.
find it.
Would I know what crime boss would be targeting them?
Can you make let's see, you could make a choice. You could choose between history and let's see what other skill would be applicable to this. I think history or insight.
Okay, cool. We'll do history.
Okay, so it's not the easiest thing to kind of remember the
Yeah.
many different groups. And she didn't give you like any details yet.
No. Yeah.
Um, but based off of the area, you know that this area is marked by the crime family Sponsy.
Yes.
The Sponsy family is a well-known organization of dark elves. They're pretty much a tight group. You definitely wouldn't think them to get caught easily. However, they're not the type to be messy or be bad at jobs. They're usually very organized of all of the families.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, "So you are willing to take the job? Excellent." And she will call down Harold, and he will come down. And say, "What is it, Jezra? I have a business to run upstairs." She says, "You have a business to run downstairs too. Do not forget that." And he says, "Yes, yes." Um, she says, "Our new friends here said they would be willing to help us with our little thief problem." And Harold will say, good, good. That would help a lot." He says, "Allow me to describe the thieves." He says, "They were both dark elves. Um, they looked shifty. One, a beautiful woman. And not just beautiful, striking. Amazingly so, immaculately striking. And the other, a more portly, stocky looking fella." He says, "I didn't see them exactly stealing, but they were the last people I saw before I realized we had been stolen from for a third time. They had been here each and every time things been missing. They're the only guests that we can, beyond a doubt, say were here."
Do you know anything else about them? Their names, perhaps? They bought drinks here, yes?
They kept mostly to themselves. Jezreel will say, the woman, she seemed noble, highborn. She had an air about her. It's something you could recognize on someone. A training you could see on someone's person. That's all we know. They didn't ever give their names for their room.
Sorry. My cat jumped on
Yes,
the
dramatic
piano.
piano.
My cat
That's
jumped on
so
the piano.
dramatic.
It was like perfectly ominous, though.
Right?
Yeah. Everyone, Rengar on the piano. That's all very. We'll keep an eye out. If you was thinking, yes. What was she? What was she wearing?
She was wearing a gorgeous blue dress, a fancy choker, and a circlet with the symbol of the god Lorgaxus.
Okay.
So that might be a little bit more of an indicator of her nobility than just her air about her, but
Yeah.
that's just me.
Valid.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. I'm putting her in as mysterious hot woman.
I will show you. So, as she's talking, Harold will pull up a piece of paper, two pieces of paper, and it says, "I've drawn what I believe them to look like."
Oh.
You're a
I
really
will-
good artist. Miriam says immediately.
I really
Harold
wanted them
blushes.
to
To be bad drawings. Yeah.
I wanted them to be stick figures so bad.
This is very helpful, actually. This is very, very helpful.
Yes,
It's all about getting into crime drawing. Relax, it's fine. Very, very helpful. Okay. Well, I believe we have a lead then. Do they come around here often?
Harold will say they've come here time and time again. They've come here usually the end of every week.
Mm. What day is it?
I
don't know, Tuesday?
And Tuesday, she asked me what day it is. Tuesday.
This is my least favorite part of DM.
No,
What day is it? What year is it? I don't know. 20, 70, 85? I don't freaking know.
What's the exact time down to the second?
Damn it.
What's the weather like 3 blocks from here? No. I'm going to turn to everyone and be like, I'm gonna step outside for a little bit and check with some of my friends if they've heard anything, you know.
I'll be here.
Just right, pours you another drink.
And I step outside and call one of my informants.
Okay. Can you make a survival check for me?
Oh, shit. Yep, I can.
So you're gonna get an informant, but based off of this roll is how good they are. You're always gonna get one. You're just gonna determine, okay, you're gonna get a helpful informant. So you I imagine when you're in the city, it's a lot different than when you're anywhere else. Like in the Citadel, it's you can just yell out, "Hey, informant!" and somebody will come up.
Not like in your Sprite.
Hey, yo, anybody heard of a hot lady in a blue dress?
Literally.
Yeah.
But in the city, you have to be a little bit more
Discreet.
covert.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
like follow the rules, you like go around the building, you tap a couple of times, you mark a couple of things, and eventually in about 5 minutes a woman kind of like covering her face will kind of come up to you and say, what's her code word? She says, the shadows have found you. So you know her to be a pretty well versed informant from the Shadow Hand. They're an organization all about literally information.
Perfect. Um, I am looking for these two people. One of them is a dark elf, a ravishing female, stunning. The other is sort of a pudgy, chunky dark elf man. Here's some drawings of them on copy.
Very detailed.
These are stick figures. I have no drawing skills.
Like you've taken a stencil of it and it's terrible. And you're like, fine, screw it, stick figure.
um, yeah, they've been stealing things from uh, the coin dropper over here. And if you hear anything, want to let me know?
She will say one moment, and she will begin whispering to herself. She says, the Yukina faction.
Yukina faction. Yukina faction.
That is where you want to look.
Perfect.
They are well known for their splintering from the rule sect. This part of the city is run by the coin keepers.
Okay.
No job should be done here outside of them. If you are to find them, you should report them to the coin keepers. They will gladly pay for this information.
The Gorgon Keepers.
She says, I do not know their names beyond this. They are quite secretive. However, based off of the description, there is a noble woman, a dark elf. She goes by the name Siren Tithe.
Ooh, Siren type. That's good.
Her family is well known. I would not anticipate her family to be thieves. They're quite a wealthy family. However, based off the description, this is what I would say.
Perfect. Your information is valuable, and I appreciate you. Toss them a gold coin.
They will nod their head and shift away into the shadows.
Awesome. I'm gonna walk back into the bar. Be like, so.
That was like 2 minutes.
Jenny's like, "Did you pee?"
I did. It was,
You could have just said you needed to pee. You didn't have to come up with a bad excuse.
well, I mean,
Is that our new code word? I have to go ask my informants.
yes. You know, I'm just so embarrassed. You all are all used to the inside bathrooms, and I like the forest bathrooms. You know, it's what I'm known to. But discreetly relay all the information that I gathered. Um, and yeah, so
I'll say that Miriam's like, okay, wait. I do have to ask, how long have we been knowing each other at this point?
I will say the group of you have known each other for less than a year.
Okay.
You haven't taken any like formal quests together. This is probably going to be your first major quest, but you've gotten experience together.
Okay.
So then, like, Miriam's not super insightful in general, but like, if we've traveled together, then she knows like when something's up. So like, she'll message you and be like, "Hey, what's happening?" And then she'll open the group chat via message, so to speak.
Yes.
So we're
Yeah.
relaying the thoughts. This is how we
Perfect.
discreetly do this. Okay.
I relay all the thoughts and knowledge that I gained uh, in the group chat.
In the group chat.
Is
My,
message two-way or is it just one way?
so it starts with Miriam, but it's essentially two-way between Miriam and whoever she's sending it to.
Okay.
All right.
And then I can relay again and again.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little tiring for me, but I've gotten used to it.
Oh.
It's fine.
It's a cantrip. It's not that.
Cool.
It's not that difficult. It just takes a little time.
It's about as difficult as texting, which depending on who you are.
Yeah.
So I will let us know, friends, that we will be getting close to our time here. So let's go ahead and get ourselves into a wrap up set quick here. Um, for our wrap up, I like to do a little bit of an outro. So I'll do a setting of the scene. The group of you sit in the bar. Um, more and more people come in. It begins to get busy. Lots of dwarves. It seems to be a very popular area for dwarves. And then a beautiful dark elf woman comes into the bar with grace and serene, and behind her, a portly, bumbling fool hobbles, carrying all of her stuff, dropping half of it constantly. They find themselves to a table almost naturally, as if it's the same table they sit at every single time. And with a gentle look, her eyes match yours and give you this "how dare you look upon me" look. And that is where our scene falls.
Oh, I want to fight it.
Howdy, 12 o'clock.
So great session, great scenes here,
Yes.
team. I'm glad that we were able to jump in here and get like a little bit of role playing in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Some notes as a DM. Just try to finish your character sheets, get everything tied up. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I think we're all pretty much set, so we should be good for 2 weeks from now.
Sweet.
The only notes that I will really say is our next adventure will probably be either this quest, if you decide you want to go on this quest first, or to the dragon, whichever you guys will decide. But for now, stream. Thank you for joining us, those of you who are still here. We really appreciate that you all. We are so excited to present DRAGontale to all of you. We're super excited to get into this campaign. It's going to be super fun. We're going to have probably guests coming through. We're going to probably have some character art coming in soon. So get ready, everyone. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
But for now,
Mm.
we're going to sign off.
Bye.
Bye. I'm expanding the group chat.